Join us live on the Sherry Lord Talk Show podcast. Start your day off with the Higher Vibrational Podcast with weekly guests covering spirituality, healthy foods, and so much more. Go to sherrylord.com for more info. Hey, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us every Tuesday. And if you like, please chat. Not everybody chats. I know everybody shares this and it goes through all of the other social medias and YouTube, but we love it when you chat. We just give us a comment, let us know you're here, and we would love to have you ask a question. Lee or myself would be more than happy to answer that for you. And we do have Lee Chapin here today. She is a regular on our show and we love having her. She is amazing. You really need to reach out to her. She is a counselor, a teacher, and channel for over 40 years. She's an author, a motivational speaker. She's also a licensed massage therapist, and she also does retreats. So welcome back, Lee. I've heard you were in France where we were talking. You just come back. I call it a retreat. I don't know kind of what it was, but it ties into what your topic is today, and we just want to hear a little bit more. Can you tell our audience a little bit about you, the ones who haven't watched you, but there's a lot of people who'd like to know more about you?
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's always fun to be with you, Sherry, so I always appreciate you having me. I've been on the journey for over 33 years. I started channeling 33 years ago and work with the Ascended Masters, the Galactic Realm. I'm a psychic medium, but I consider myself a spiritual counselor because I have a master's degree in counseling. And so I work really as a counselor to help people understand aspects of their life they're struggling with from a higher perspective from spirit. And so when people call me, they have life issues that they want clarity and guidance with. So that's primarily what I do. But I also write books. I teach classes. I teach 6 classes a month, spiritual development classes, working with the Holy Family, working with the great masters that I work with. And so I'm really, really honored to be able to do this work. I've been doing it for 33 years. So.
Oh, wow. What the hell happened? Wow. Can you hear me, Lee?
I can hear you. Did we
Yeah, I
get cut
kind of
off?
just lost you a minute ago. Sorry about that. That happens with technology. No, you also, when we were talking before you came on the show, you were also in France, and this has tied to your topic. Can you explain a little bit more about that? Your experience in France and what's really happening with the suppression and all of that, the divine. Can you explain a little bit about that?
I can. Doing a backdrop in 2017, I went on a Mary Magdalene pilgrimage, and I was honored to go to Saint Marie de la Mure, which is in southern France. This is where Mary Magdalene and the Essene members came after the crucifixion of Christ. I happened to go into a church there in 2017 and received a transmission from Mary Salome and Mary Jacobi, who are Mary Magdalene's sisters. They had come on the boat with Mary Magdalene during their escape from Israel after the crucifixion of Christ. I received a transmission from Mary Salome and Mary Jacobi, and they addressed me as Elizabeth. For those who may know me from my divine union, the love story of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, I lived in the time of Christ. My name was Elizabeth, and I helped Magdalene and Christ before, during, and after the crucifixion. So there's a piece of who Elizabeth is in my Divine Union book. So Mary Salome and Mary Jacobi addressed me as Elizabeth, and I was only there a very short time at Saint Marie de la Mure. It was there that they honor Sarah. They honor her as the gypsy servant. Every year they have a celebration honoring Sarah as a gypsy servant. Some people recognize her as the daughter of Jeshua and Mary Magdalene, but at that time, she had to be hidden. Her identity had to be hidden for her own safety. And so when I was there in 2017, I had not started channeling and working with Sarah at that time, but I felt like she was the daughter, so I was a little bit confused. So I knew I had to come back to Sainte Marie de la Mure. So now, fast forward 2026, I've been wanting to go back and lead a retreat there, but I knew that I wasn't able to do that in terms of all the logistics because I don't speak French. So on March 19th of this year, out of the blue on Facebook, this lady that was leading the pilgrimage showed up on my phone, and I knew intuitively, instantly, I have to go to France. So within 2 months, I was in France, and I was
Wow.
doing the work with that I was called to do, which was to help Sarah to release the suppression of the sacred feminine. That energy of her identity that had been imprinted in the earth needed to be cleared. It was to my surprise that it was the 100th year celebration of Sarah. So there were going to be thousands and thousands of people there at the celebration. So even though it may sound strange, I work very closely with the Holy Family. I work very closely with the energy of the Divine Feminine. And of course, I work very closely with Sarah. And so that trip that I was there for 2 weeks, I was in Sainte Marie de la Mure for 3 days. I was able to go to the Gypsy Festival where they honor Sarah and Mary Jacobi and Mary Salome. And it was a powerful celebration. It was extremely empowering. And the work that I did was to clear the suppression of the energy there and to clear the frequency of the suppression of the sacred feminine upon the planet. It may seem a little bit presumptuous or surreal,
Yeah.
but I knew that I was to do this, and so it seemed a little strange to me that they would ask me to do it, but I got the information because of Elizabeth, as I helped Joshua during and before the resurrection as Elizabeth, as the reincarnation of Elizabeth as Lee. I was asked to do this work again. It was really life-changing for me. It was extremely empowering. And I know that you said you had a moment of feeling empowered today with some clearing for yourself. And so that's confirmation to me as you share that,
Mm-hmm.
that the energy that was released over 2 weeks ago is now activated and doing its work.
Yeah, that's amazing. And we just want to take a moment to say hi to Joan. Thank you, Joan. We just want to say thank you. If you have like a little square or a little thing, hit that, Lee, and you should be able to see who logs in. Can you see Joan's message?
I cannot. I'm not sure what to
Okay. See,
push.
and yeah, if you hit the little button, it should come right up for you. It's like a little, it has a little, it's just plain. There's nothing in the middle of it. It's just a square with nothing in the middle of it. There you go. Did it come up? She just had chatted, so I just wanted to mention her real quick.
Okay.
There you
No.
go. There you go. Yeah. So what is happening right now? A lot of people are shifting with their consciousness, and a lot of clearing is happening at the same time, and empowerment. So what exactly can people expect? I mean, is it just coming? It comes up individually because we're all on our own path of what we need to empower or heal, or integrate.
Well, a part of the work that has been taking place with me and my work with the Holy Family and Sarah is the sacred feminine, as we know, is coming back into power. The energy of the Sacred Mother is coming back into the collective frequency where we have been in for the last 2,000 years, the energy of what I call the misguided male patriarchal rule. And the sacred feminine is coming back into balance to be able to bring the healing and what we call the sacred union of the divine union of Father, Mother, God, the energy of the sacred feminine, the energy of the sacred masculine. The masculine has been dominant, has been out of balance. And as we know, in the world where there's so much chaos and fear and separation, this is the misguided male energy. Sacred Mother energy is now rising and coming forward. And this is about coming back into union and bringing peace and balance and harmony. This is really what this story is about, divine union, the love story of Jesus and Mary Magdalene. This was the work that they did 2,000 years ago, was to bring and lay the template of their sacred union of the sacred masculine, sacred feminine energy. Sarah's work now is about bringing this frequency as she holds the bloodline of their union, but she holds the energy of the balance that's needed on our planet so our planet can return back to peace. What's happening is these energies that are coming forward, we call them the Holy Grail light codes that many are seeing in pictures on their cameras and their phone. They're seeing the beautiful colors and feeling the frequencies. These frequencies are now helping our planet and all souls to return to balance and to peace and come back into balance with their male female um, energies that need to be balanced so that we all can really be the change we wish to see on this planet. So the work that was done in France was anchoring those frequencies, clearing the suppression of the feminine so the feminine can now rise. Now individuals can begin to, if they're consciously aware or even if they're subconsciously aware, they'll begin to feel a shift within themselves. They'll begin to maybe have dreams or awarenesses, or just simply begin to feel different, where they're feeling more at peace and more centered, more empowered within themselves. And so this really is an exciting time. So this is what I call the 100 monkey syndrome, where this energy is shifting within each individual, and then collectively this will change the frequency in our planet so our beautiful planet and all souls can live in harmony, balance, and peace. That is the mission of Jeshua and Mary Magdalene's work, and that's the mission of Sarah's work.
Wow. Yeah, that was your book that you just put up is when people read that, that helps them shift their consciousness. It helps them remember. And
Right.
people have healings done when they read the book. So, we're going to really go more into all your books too, because I think, people need to know how they can get a hold of your book. You have more than one book, and I like to go through all three of them. And because I think they're important and people are ready. There's a lot of people awakening, and people who are awakening new levels. So it's not like we stop. I always feel there's levels to everything, and it's a continuous journey. And there's people who are ready for your book. There's people who wanting to know more, that want to connect and understand. But also, your books also receive a lot of energy. You may call it a download, whatever they're getting for whatever they need. And I think that is a wonderful thing. People are needing and wanting information and understanding. And they want to move forward. They want to heal the past, to live more in the current, or even the current.
Well, these books are all portals. And so when you read the words, these are powerful frequencies, portals of energy. This book in particular, Sacred Wisdom, The Teachings of Goddess of Peace, really is a manual to help each of us to be able to move forward in clearing the energies that no longer serve us, but also help us to be able to be empowered and to bring in peace. The excitement of when I was at Sainte Marie de Lemieux during the Gypsy Festival was that they honor Sarah, that they know who Sarah is. They honor the sacred feminine, the lands in France, the energy of the people, the celebration that they have for the Holy Family and for Sarah was so exciting for me to realize that people get this. And so here in the US, not very many people know about Sarah. And a lot of people don't really know about the true story of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, how they were twin flames and their true mission. And so when I was in France, to be able to see that people were honoring and in joy and in celebration of working and feeling the energy of love there. And so this is really, really what I want to bring forward on this message today, that if we can bring this frequency of joy and love and peace and celebration within our hearts, of honoring the energy of these divine beings, but also honoring ourselves and feeling the true energy of love within ourselves. What I experienced there was life-changing for me. And I was so, so grateful that I know Spirit was the one and Sarah was the one that put this lady's information on up for me to be able to go to this pilgrimage. And so I now know that the power that we can bring forward, not only here in our country, but around the globe, was really witnessed in France in terms of the celebration of the love and the joy of the sacred feminine. And this frequency is alive And if we tap into this, then we can, again, I always say we can be the change we wish to see. This was what all this work is about. Each person taking responsibility for clearing what needs to be cleared within themselves so they can return to what we call divine, holy, sacred union. It was a life-changing experience. So each of my books are available on my website, leachapin.com. And the first book that I wrote was the 12 Mastery Teachings of Christ. Did this over 20 years ago. These are the 12 teachings of Christ and the essence of his teachings. They're very simple. It's a very small manual. They start with love and they end with joy. We have to begin to, don't have to, but the energy of love, we cannot find joy until we truly begin to honor and love ourselves and begin to feel the energy of unconditional love within ourselves. So there's 12 lessons there. They're all cumulative. Then in 2017, I was asked to write the book Divine Union, the Love Story of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, which I just explained. It just about their sacred union and their mission of bringing the divine balance of male-female energy upon our planet. And then in 2022, Sarah's book arrived, as this again is also a manual in how to become empowered, to be at peace, and to allow ourselves to return back to that balance and that sacred union within ourselves. I've been asked to do a fourth book. I've seen that title as Empowerment. This is the journey to helping people to now really feel and begin to emerge into self-empowerment, into self-mastery. That's what all these books are about, helping people to move into their spiritual mastery. So it's a journey to be able to understand, how do I say it? To understand that we are much more powerful than we can understand ourselves to be. And as we clear the trauma and the emotional baggage that we've had from this lifetime, from other lifetimes, we can move into enlightenment. We can move into the soul's journey of empowerment. And so this is what this fourth book will be about.
And where can they get your books? Can they get it on Amazon, your website?
Yeah, these books are available on Amazon. I have them. The first two books, the 12 Mastery Teachings and the Divine Union, are both in paperback and they're in audiobook, and they're also on Kindle. The Sacred Union, excuse me, the Sacred Wisdom with Sarah's book is not an audio. I just have it on paperback and in Kindle. And so that's available on Amazon. But I also prefer that people, if they feel so called, to purchase from me, because as you know, you don't make a lot of money from Amazon. So if you can buy directly from me, I encourage that at leachapin.com.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I tell you, the books are very empowering. They'll help you shift in your consciousness and really, and you'll find more peace and joy and harmony in your life and a lot of healing. And I think it's the truth, bringing back that truth, but what I'm also hearing is that, what can people do to what's happening now? I mean, you went to France because you had to, you were being guided to do that activation over there. What do you see happening where we are now? What is this about? It goes back to your topic as well.
Well, the suppression of the sacred feminine. This is, how do I say it? When I was there, I received a download from Mary Jacobi and Mary Salome and Priestess Isis. And I was in the church where they honor them. And there was a bowl that we placed our hands in that was behind the altar there. And when I went and placed my hands into the bowl, I was told that this would be life-changing. I went into a trance and I began to hear the words go deeper and deeper and deeper. And I thought, what am I going deeper into? I thought I was literally going to fall into the bowl, and I was going deeper into devotion. So now I've been called to work with Mary Jacobi, Mary Salome, and Priestess Isis with what we call the mysteries of the unknown, helping men and women. But I've been called to work with 27 women, working in groups of 9 groups in a retreat. I'm going to start a
Yeah.
retreat, do a retreat in Boise, Idaho, in October, selectively 9 women who are ready to begin to deepen their devotion to the sacred wisdom of the unknown, of the sacred feminine. This is a mystery school that I'm starting. So that's the new work that I'm doing, and helping women to now move forward into their own empowerment and begin to learn and to access the remembrance of the divine sacred wisdom that uh, the priestesses and the goddesses who were taught by Priestess Isis in the temples of Isis, and also during Atlantis period, where many of us, lived in these temples and we studied in the mystery school. So I am now starting a mystery school called the Mystery of the Unknown, working at this moment with the first 9 women. And then I'll have 2 other retreats where I'll work with another 9. So that is what's happening with me in terms of how I move forward with the work that I did in France and what I received in France, if that makes any sense to you.
Wow. No, that's amazing. And we so appreciate you sharing that too. And what would you tell people like right now where we are with the energies, the consciousness? What do you see happening?
I see a real shift. Like I said, when I was in France, I could really feel the palpation of this energy that was in the hearts of all these people. And the women that were at the pilgrimage, there was 16 of us, were fully awakened and very heart-centered. And so what's happening now with the sacred feminine is that this energy is opening our hearts. This is the energy of the Divine Mother. This is the energy about compassion. This is about energy about peace. This is about living in your true authentic self, but living from the heart, not living from the mind in the male energy, not living in separation, not living in fear, but truly being guided by your soul and truly living from a heart space of opening your heart and being your true authentic self. This is the energy of the sacred feminine that's here now.
Okay.
This is the shift that's occurring upon our planet. We may or may not see it in our lifetimes, but we are the pioneers. We are the ones that are bringing this frequency forward with our wisdom as the sacred women of the mystery schools who remember this. These frequencies, these energies of the sacred Sophia, the Divine Mother, whatever you wish to call it, Cosmic Mother, Divine Mother, Mother Divine, this energy is coming back on our planet. This time is really, really, really powerful, and people are feeling it. And I know that the women that I was with and the people in France were coming from a very open heart center. It was so beautiful to witness this. And so that's the work that I'm helping other people do, to clear again as a therapist, as a spiritual counselor, to help people clear away those energies that are creating heart walls within us that are keeping us from really living in the pure state of our divine goddess, Father, Mother, God energy, of the sacred Mother, sacred Father energy, which is the true energy of our God essence, truly being authentic, living from a place within our open heart. That's where we see the change. That's what I try to do in terms of being open and heart centered and being able to move out of my own way and begin to listen to my own soul, which guides me in my daily life. These are the practical tools that I work with people. And it's not a 1, 2, 3 process, but it's an understanding and an opening and a clearing so that we can truly live in this planet with peace, love, harmony, and grace. Hallelujah on that.
Yeah, that's thank you. We so appreciate you sharing this information with our audience, and I'm sure they're appreciating it too. Are you still doing your online classes?
I don't do online classes. I teach teleconference classes. I have 6 every Monday morning. I've been doing it for at least 15 years. I have a small group of ladies where I channel Yeshua and Mary Magdalene. These are the universal teachings that they are bringing forth to help empower us, to help us to move into self-mastery, to help us to find enlightenment and to find peace. And so I do that every Monday morning at 11 o'clock Eastern time. And then I put it on my YouTube channel so it's able to be accessed. Then once a month, I work with Mother Mary. It's called the Sisterhood of the Rose. Mother Mary brings the energy of the sacred feminine frequency to help empower the goddesses and the priestesses who once lived in Atlantis and Lemuria and in the temples of Egypt. And so Mother Mary also brings her wisdom, her guidance to help all of us to understand and remember the sacred feminine frequencies, just like we were talking about before. And then once a month, I work with what's called the codes of creation. I was given these specific codes of creation during a retreat I did in Longboat Key, Florida in January, which helps us to access these frequencies, these particular codes. There's masculine codes and feminine codes. There's these codes are, as we work with them, are to help us to manifest and create and to be able to access these frequencies so that we can get out of our own way and allow the magic to occur so our soul can bring to us what is ours to receive. So that's really kind of what happened with me with this France trip. Was wanting to do it, didn't know how, and then magically it just showed up. And so once you get out of your own way and
Yep.
you work with these codes and these frequencies, then the manifestations can come to you and you don't really have to try so hard.
That's a good message and a reminder to people to surrender and allow. How is all of that where they can kind of follow you or watch you, channel your messages on your website? Can they
Mhm.
connect to the website?
Yeah, they can connect to my website, leachapin.com. It's a teleconference class, so you would need to contact me at leachapin@gmail.com, or you could text me. My number is 727-580-3016. I don't do Zoom. I just continue to do a teleconference class. It's just easier for me to be able to do it in that format. But those classes, my Monday classes, I put on YouTube. The other two classes I don't put up on YouTube. Those are in some ways, are by invitation only for people who are ready to receive and understand those teachings. I may put it up on YouTube eventually, but for now, it's for those who are ready to understand the greater spiritual teachings that are being offered through the masters.
Well, that's good. That's good for everybody to know. And just as we're starting to close, is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience?
I just want people to understand that my tagline is practical spirituality for real life solutions. That spirituality is not something that I want to say is not attainable. It's a part of your daily life. It's about how you live. It's within you to begin to embody and understand that we are all physical spiritual beings, that we're all connected to spirit. We really don't have to try so hard. All we have to do, as I said, get out of our own way, begin to listen to our own soul, and we'll be divinely guided every moment. And as you live in that state of what I call divine grace and live from your soul, then it will take the anxiety and the fear away because you know you're in the divine flow and in divine alignment. That's how I try to live my life. It has created so much a greater ease for me. I continue to see the blessings of living that way. Most people don't know how to do that because of their own fear and anxiety and being conditioned that you have to control everything. Again, this is about surrender. I use this acronym STAR, STAR, surrender, trust, allow, and receive. And so if you can get out of your way and allow yourself to truly trust and believe that you are divinely guided in every moment, then what is yours will come to you, and you don't have to live in a state of fear and anxiety. And this makes life so much easier.
That's amazing. That's wonderful. And real quick, bring your books back up and let people know they're on your website or on Amazon.
Yeah, the first book is called The 12 Master Teachings of Christ. These are the principles or the essence of Christ's teachings that he taught over 2,000 years ago. It's a small manual, so if you need to have faith, there's a small chapter of faith. It's a book, you can put it by your bedside, and they're very short and small. if you need to have peace, then you read the section on peace. But a friend of mine reads this book every day. So she's had it for years. And so she studies from this book. So it's a study manual. Next book, Divine Union, The Love Story of Jesus and Mary Magdalene. This book was downloaded by them first from Mary Magdalene Jeshua's perspective. And so each chapter is about their story from when they were small and how they met until they married, until they completed their journey. And then, of course, Sarah is the sequel to Divine Union. And this is the how-to to empower you to find peace and to come into divine, holy, sacred union with yourself.
Wow.
All available on my website, leachapin.com, or you can purchase it again on Amazon.
Thank you, Lee, so much for sharing your gifts and your abilities and what's happening in the world and helping people. Make sure to go to her website, leachapin.com, and also get her books, because I think you'll find them so worth so worth having, but also tools for you and helping you evolve on your journey. Thank you so much, Lee, and we'll have you back. And thank you again for sharing your gifts and abilities.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity. I really appreciate it. So thank you, Sherry. So
You're welcome. We love having you, Lee.
all right. Thanks. Have a great day.
International psychic medium and podcast host Sherry Lord. She is one of the most sought after psychic mediums. Book your special readings. Go to www.sherrylord.com.